Hey there, SynthDrones. Today's topic is Behringer Mistreated. Hi, I'm Pure Ambient Drone. This is my channel where I vlog about synthesizers. Hit the subscribe button, tap the bell. That way you can keep up with all of my synth adventures. This channel is all about the human side of synthesis. And by the way, check out pureambientdrone.com. It has links to all of the places I'm involved in that concerns synthesizers. Okay, man, I gotta tell you guys, I gotta jump right in. Behringer Mistreated is the name of the topic for this video, but let me tell you why. First of all, I want to do a bit of a disclaimer to explain what this video is all about. It's about free speech, but it's also about abusive speech. Now, first of all, I'm a very strong advocate that a person should be allowed to express themselves and say whatever they feel that they should say. Let me carry this over. Our politicians should be able to say anything they want to about the government, their criticism of the government, and the way things are going in our country. Citizens should be able to do that too. So I am a free speech advocate all the way around. What I don't like and what I won't tolerate on this channel, because this channel is not a democracy. This channel is a republic. And we, the viewers and the SynthDrones, you and I, we get to decide who and who cannot abuse us. Now, where am I going with all of this? Well, let me tell you what. There have been comments on my Behringer videos, just totally abusive comments, trashing out what Behringer is doing with their cloning. Now, I get it. I don't mind if somebody has a problem with what Behringer, Roland, or Sequential, anybody is doing in the synth world. You are free to express it here all you like. What I don't understand and what I won't tolerate is when someone gets on my channel and leaves hateful, rude, vicious remarks about all of us, not just me, but they include you. Now, where's this coming from? Well, of course, I get these comments quite a lot, but one in particular last week, I'm not going to say the name, I'm not going to repeat what they said. They were very expressive with horrible language, describing what they believed you and I, us SynthDrones, were like in their opinion. Now, like I said, I don't care if you have a problem with anything that I say here on this channel. I welcome a discussion in it. But abusing people verbally and threatening people is just totally uncool. Now, with that being said, I really don't understand why people, some people, not all people, a very few people, get so excited, so angry, so vicious over what Behringer is doing. I was watching some videos over the past week, and did you know that there are professional musicians who have studios filled with $100,000 pieces of gear, and they're buying Behringer remakes, if you will, clones, and they own them. Now, if these professionals who can afford anything that they want out there gear-wise are buying Behringer products, why shouldn't we be interested in them too? You know, I always say the pros know, or they wouldn't be where they are. If you want to be successful, you follow somebody who is successful, right? You don't follow losers. You're going to end up where they're at, right? Because you're going where they're going, and that's nowhere. So you want to follow the people who are successful, and you want to get there with them, right? Or at least right after them, or as soon as possible. But you don't trash companies and people who enjoy the synthesizers and the gear from these companies just because you don't agree with the company. Now, let me be very clear here. I'm not saying that people don't have a right to express their opinion. I want to be very clear on that. What I'm saying is this person was using abusive, rude, vicious language to describe SynthDrones in general who support Behringer. Now, this is a cancer that I have seen in our country. I'm from the United States of America for all of our foreign viewers out there. And this cancer is spreading across the globe, where you have people who disagree with an idea. And so anyone who agrees with the idea or supports the person or entity that came up with the idea, then they group the whole people together and say, well, they're just as bad as the rest of them. They're just as bad as the people who started it. So in other words, because some of us, most of us, almost all of us love what Behringer is doing, and this person hates Behringer, they hate us as well. This is crazy thinking. This is crazy. This is non-productive. A person who thinks like this is a person who thinks in absolutes. And only a Sith thinks in absolutes. So, and not a SynthDrone. SynthDrones are open to possibilities. SynthDrones want to make the best possible music we can. SynthDrones want to enjoy gear. We don't care where it comes from, as long as we have it in our hands and we get to enjoy it, and we've done it in an honest way, because we're integrable, right? We have integrity. So what I'm saying is, I believe that Behringer and anyone else, any other synth company out there that makes a clone, and they do it legally and they do it respectfully and they do it to the specifications that the SynthDrones are asking them to do it, I believe that they deserve a pat on the back. I believe they deserve our support. But even if that's not your view, even if that's not somebody else's view, that doesn't mean that we bunch each other together in a big group and say, well, you don't think like me, you don't talk like me, you don't love like me, so you can't be me, okay? And therefore, since you cannot be me, you are nothing but hated. We can't think like that. We got to think in a more open perspective, and we have to understand that Behringer is giving us something that nobody else was giving us. They saw a hole in the market, and they answered by filling it with clones. And by the way, understand, please, people out there who have anything against Behringer, this is a market. Every single synthesizer that you ever bought or got or owned or have right now was developed somewhere down the line by a company that wanted to make money. And there is nothing wrong with taking a product that's been off the shelves for decades and re-delivering it out to the people as closest to the original as it can be. Nobody complains that every single every car out there has 4 wheels. They're copying somebody, right? They're copying the original designer of what? The buggies, right? The horse and buggy. No one says, oh, they're cloning buggies. They're cloning buggies. What about pens and pencils? You don't think that when the first gel pen came out, that another company didn't come out and say, hey, we should put gel in our ink too and call it a gel pen? I remember a time when gel pens were really expensive, and now you can go down to our dollar stores we have here in America, and you can buy 10 packs of them for $1, okay, because somebody cloned them. And what that does is it innovates the market. When a company loses a patent, they have to come up with something new so that they can repatent the new product. So what basically Behringer is doing is they're forcing companies like Moog, Roland, Sequential, and all the rest to come up with something new rather than something old that Behringer can't clone. Anybody follow me on what I'm saying here? Behringer is helping the market, because all these other synth companies, they're either going to have to clone and meet Behringer's prices, which I don't think they can do, or they're going to have to come up with something brand new that's patented that Behringer isn't legally allowed to clone, and then they can set their own prices. Sort of like the Prophet PX. Okay, sort of like the Korg, the Waldorf Quantum. All right, these are newer machines and they're innovative, and Behringer would have a very hard legal time cloning those. Therefore, these companies have a market that developed them, and when the patent runs out, I'm sure Behringer will be there to clone them as well. But in the meantime, They're forcing the market to be innovative. They're either going to have to go back and give us what we want from yesteryear, or they're going to have to go back to the drawing board and give us something that we're willing to pay for because it's new and exciting. But bashing Behringer or any other company that has cloned their own gear or somebody else's gear is not the answer to anything. And bashing the people who buy and use these clones is not the answer. So when somebody comes on here and they use abusive language, and it's strong language, such as the persons that I'm speaking about, you're going to get silenced on my channel. I love you guys. I know you love me back. Please feed me some comments below. Let's talk this out. Tell me what you guys think. And listen, it's okay to disagree, but let's have a conversation. It's how we learn, right? Anyways, be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel and tap the bell. It'll let you know of my new synth adventures. PureAmbientDrone.com is where you want to be to find out where I'm at. There's some videos that may have already popped up on this screen for you to check out as well. Until next time, keep calm and synth on.